Here's the law. You can tell that, you can see that I'm not, if you'd like to read it, you can see that I'm not. Why are you not going to read it if you're coming up here telling me that I have to leave?
Is he under arrest?
No, of course not.
Okay, so is he free to go?
He's free to go, yes.
Is he free to play?
That's right.
So he can play right now?
Or if I'm more than 25 feet away from the token booth, or if I'm using an amplifier.
So is there a reason that you're bothering him right now?
Because he wants to give somebody a ticket for no reason.
So if a law is being broken, then you can do your job. But I don't see any laws being broken right now. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Want to see what a waste of tax dollars look like?
It's time we put a woman in the White House with a whole new attitude. Female common sense down on Pennsylvania Avenue. Very much
Appreciate it.
It's very kind of you. I really appreciate it.
I saw you before. You're wearing a Zoran shirt. You're great.
Thank you very much.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 police.
And said that I can't lay here. It's logged on that you obstructing the walkway. But what's obstructing the walkway says that you can't be more than.
Why are there 5 police officers standing here?
Right? Why are there 5? And there's lots of people walking by. It doesn't look obstructed at all. You're obstructing the walkway.
20 years. I've tried to be respectful. I know what the law is.
I hope you guys feel like you made the city better today. And that this was a good use of 5 officers' time.
This is it. Beyond pathetic. Hey, just a heads up, by the way. The NYPD budget. I'll give you 1 second to guess what it is. Just 1 second, okay? Then I'm going to put the number up. Do you have the number? Do you think you know? Via council.nyc.gov, it is $5.8 billion. Billion. Their budget increases over and over and over again. And I ask you, is this worth your tax dollars? To go after a guy singing near the subway? Now, we have heard over the years how the left are the ones that want to defund the police. I've even heard my boss, who I don't agree with on this, Cenk Uygur, saying that defund the police is radical and it's the messaging. I don't agree with that at all. I think there is a way to get the policies and goals that we envision for a better tomorrow for human beings and mankind by scraping some of that money and allocating it to resources that will help prevent crime. For example, the right loves to say that we cling to this message, right? Someone on MSNBC actually brought up a really good point, which shows the opposite. Take a look.
Make the argument to me that Donald Trump is the one defunding the police.
So there is no president in modern history who has done more to cut money to law enforcement nationwide. Donald Trump announced that he was freezing $1 million, in grants to 48 states and 550 community violence intervention programs, including for things like police overtime in Meridian, Connecticut. I used to be chief of staff of the city of Boston. The rate of homicides per 100,000 in Boston is 3.5. Compare that to DC at 27 or Jackson at 72. The reason why we did that is because we brought the community together with the police. We built that trust. There's an organization called Youth Alive in California, in Oakland, one of the places that Donald Trump pointed out. They go to the bedside of youth after they've been involved with violence. 113 people last year went through that program. only one got into violence again the next year. That program just lost their funding. So you tell Donald Trump how we're going to reduce crime in neighborhoods when you're cutting the very funding that will prevent it every time.
The ACLU of New York City even wrote in May of 2023, all right, imagine a city where everyone has access to health care and child care. Oh, that'd be amazing. A comfortable home, a good paying job, a well-resourced school, a park to visit, and a library to browse. Unfortunately, Eric Adams' budget puts many of these essentials further out of reach. It would cut funding for education, it already has, housing, healthcare, youth development, parks, and libraries. Furthermore, that price tag doesn't include overruns on the NYPD's overtime budget, which it has blown through by nearly $100 million, while those officers brag about milking OT on taxpayers' dimes. The NYPD also spends millions a year on units like the Abusive and Unnecessary Strategic Response Group. The SRG is on the front lines of attacking peaceful protesters who are exercising their First Amendment rights. We also saw this when the NYPD drove their cars through protesters. That was broadcasted on every major outlet, which showed an overreach. But the whole reason they have those cars to run us over, the whole reason they have those tanks to go through our streets, the whole reason that they have those firearms to shoot and kill citizens are because of our tax dollars. Lastly, you might think $11 billion rather could buy you a lot, but when the city shells it out for the NYPD, it does not get us accountability. The police commissioner either dismissed or changed disciplinary recommendations from the Civilian Complaint Review Board at least 425 times. Well, that is a lot, accounting for more than half of the cases she reviewed. I look at this, and all I could think of is a message from one activist who spoke with Chuck Modiano during the George Floyd protests in the summer of 2020 that summed it up rather perfectly.
When we say defund the police, there's a lot of people that like to frame it as an anarchist conversation. But what we know as black and brown bodies in this America is that policing never equated to safety for us. I've never felt protected or served by any officers in NPD or any of the other police forces and municipalities that I've visited across this America. So when we say defund the police, for people who cannot understand the nuances in that conversation, what we're saying is revisit public safety. Create systems that actually protect and serve, not just some, but all. Right now, policing in this America is disproportionately biased to affect black and brown bodies, to cage black and brown bodies, to harm black and brown bodies, but not to protect us. When we say defund the police, it means to revisit public safety systems in favor of a thing that translates to justice for all, not justice for some. When we say abolish, it's the understanding that police are funded with taxpayer dollars. Police stations stand up because of taxpayer dollars. They get new cruisers, shields, etc. because of taxpayer dollars. That means that they are a service. And they're a service that is answerable to us. If they're not answerable to us in the ways that we want, we could demand new service, and that's what this is. Abolish the police in favor of whatever that new service will be, whatever that new service is that resembles justice that the people decide on.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.